Hey guys, this is Netta, formerly of xoxonettap.com, now of don'tspoilmarket.com. That's right, I've got a new blog. I live in Singapore now, and you might know that if you'd followed along with the video series. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to talk a little bit about some skin issues that I've had. We've been in Singapore for almost 3 years now. It'll be 3 years this summer. And since moving here, some of my skin issues have gotten much, much worse. Now, I don't know if that's because of the water here, if it's because of stress, if it's because I haven't been sleeping well, or what. It's really, really difficult to tell what has caused the issue because every type of elimination that I've done has not worked. We've tried eliminating different types of food. We've tried changing the soap that I've been using. We've tried changing the detergent on my clothes. I mean, I've tried a whole lot of things to try to address the issue, and nothing really seems to solve it all the way. So you'll probably see slide across the screen here some images of what my skin has looked like at its worst. It really looked really, really bad over the holidays when I went home to the US, and it was cracking, it was bleeding, it was, really falling apart. And so that is all to say that I really have tried a lot of different things. I've tried prescription compounds, stuff that smells like a combination of durian and trash can and petroleum and oil. I've tried lots of over-the-counter remedies. I've tried steroids. It is unbelievable the number of things that I've tried that really just have not solved the issue. Right now I'm going through phototherapy, which is where you stick your hands under a giant lamp and it basically sunburns your skin. That's essentially what they're doing. And today I just wanted to go over a few of the products that I've used and talked about what has worked and what hasn't worked. Okay, so we're going to talk about a couple of the products that I've used that have kind of worked but not totally solved the problem. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about is Boudreaux's butt paste. If you have kids and you're from Australia or from the UK, you may have used this before. It's basically castor oil, mineral oil, paraffin, Peruvian balsam, and white petrolatum or petroleum. And this really doesn't do much for me. It does work for some people. They've reported that it works. If you're in the US, a similar product would be called Balmex. And basically it's just ointment that is a skin protectant for diaper rash. So that doesn't really do a whole lot for me. It doesn't work for the type of eczema that I have going on my skin, which is basically seriously bad dehydration of my skin. Some of the other stuff that I've tried, this stuff is called O'Keeffe's Working Hands, and it says it's the leading hand cream for people who work with their hands. Well, this stuff kind of works some of the time, so I still use it. It's made in the US, and it's a product that has all kinds of stuff in it, including the famous cones, which a lot of people don't like to use because they say it may cause cancer, and other things like that. So it has some ingredients that I don't really particularly like, but it does an okay job, and a lot of people report that this type of thing works for them too, but it's not the winner for me. The other ones that I've tried include Burt's Bees Baby For Your Baby Bee Multi-Purpose Ointment. And so this one is, again, something that's for kids. It's for diaper rash, and it's supposed to really help with that. It's got a lot of really natural ingredients in it. You'll see there's some similar things in here as to the butt paste, like castor oil and soybean oil, coconut oil, shea butter, sweet almond, and a couple of other things that I can't pronounce. But it's petroleum free and it doesn't have any parabens. They say no phthalates, no petrolatum or SLS. I don't even know what SLS is, but I assume it's not good for you. This one, again, kind of does okay. It doesn't really do a whole lot over the long term. It's also really sticky, so I don't like to touch anything afterwards. Another thing that has the sticky factor but is a little bit higher up in terms of what works is 100% petroleum jelly. Now, they say this is really not good for you to put on your skin over the long term, and they're probably right. I mean, it is oil-based. It's the same type of stuff that we put in our cars, petroleum. Or it comes from the same product at least, but it actually works really, really well. Now, the downside to this for me is that it doesn't absorb quickly, and again, it's super, super sticky, so it's not my favorite thing to put on when I have to either go get on the bus or the train, commute, or I have to type or, do other things that you do with your hands throughout the day. I don't really like that part of it, but I do wear it at nighttime and then put on some cotton gloves, so that works for me. Some of the other things that I use, you can see this list is getting a little long. The Mother Vine Soothing Balm. So this is a product that's from North Carolina, which is where I'm from originally. And it uses ingredients from bees, and it's actually pretty helpful as well. It's more of a waxy balm type of substance, so it sticks to the skin a little bit longer, and I like its ingredients as well. It's got some lavender oil. It smells nice. And you can use this on other stuff as well. So this does an okay job also. And then we have Eczema Creme by Derma E. So this is a product that is from Simi Valley, California. Don't ask me why they have such a weird name for it that I can't pronounce very well. Since they're an American company, I don't know why it has such a fancy name, but this is something that is also supposed to be really made of ingredients that won't harm you. And I've gotten this off of iHerb, which is also where I've gotten the other two products that I'm about to talk about, which are like my smoking gun. Okay, so this is what you're here for. You want to hear about the stuff that actually works on my eczema on my hands here in Singapore. And some of you may be able to already see this in the shot. You may have already tried these types of products before. This is Eucerin. So Eucerin is super old school. It's been around for a really, really long time. Unfortunately, it's the last thing that I've tried in my list of items and all the products that I've tried together, but it works the best. So Eucerin Original Healing. This is the big fat tub that doesn't fit in my pocketbook. I can't carry this around with me everywhere, but it really does a nice job. I use this on more than just my hands. It's a super, super thick cream. So I'll just show you the consistency here. It's not, it's not for regular everyday use. You can see how thick it is. And you don't need this much. I mean, I really only use probably about that much to cover an entire hand. So you don't need much of that stuff. What I like about the healing cream is that it's super, super thick, but it does absorb fairly quickly. So I'm just gonna put some on my hands here while we're filming so you can see what's going on. Give me just a second here. Okay, so you can see that it is pretty thick, and we'll do a close-up shot with a picture of what it looks like when it's applied so you can see it in focus. But it does take a while for it to sink in, but nothing like the petroleum jelly and nothing like some of the other products that I've talked about in this video. It goes in pretty deeply and pretty quickly, and I like it a lot because it just feels good on your skin. You can feel the moisture. You can feel it kind of in the quality of your skin texture changes. And my recommendation on how to use this is that I use it after I get out of the shower. I use it after I do anything that involves me touching water. If I notice that my skin is having a flare-up, I will first put this on, which is the Eucerin Eczema Relief treatment. This has got colloidal oatmeal in it, and so it works really, really well for when you suddenly notice that your hands are like freaking out or upset. So I would say that if you have really, really bad eczema and you really want to treat it over time and you want to layer stuff and you've tried all kinds of stuff, that you should really try this stuff out. Now, the difficult stuff about these two products, if you live in Singapore or somewhere outside of the United States, is they can be a little bit hard to find. So for me, I buy them on iHerb.com or iHerb.com if you're from anywhere other than the United States. That's iHerb.com. And just a second, I'll give you guys my code and you can get a percentage off. Okay, so my iHerb rewards code is TTN674, and I'll put that down below as well so you can utilize it. That'll give you a little bit of a discount the first time that you use it. But iHerb ships all over the world, and they have some really great shipping fees. So I highly recommend this stuff. You can head over to my blog at don'tspoilmarket.com to see some more pictures of my journey with eczema and some more reviews of the products that I've tried. But I thought I would show these off on screen today and then show you the before and after. So anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm glad to be back on YouTube, and I hope to be making content about all types of things, but focusing on my lifestyle here in Singapore and stuff that I've done. And I hope to share that with you. So leave me a comment below if you're glad I'm back, or if you've never watched me before, you can hit the subscribe button, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Remember, don't spoil market unless you have to.